Hello and welcome to another episode of 2-Minute Summaries. This is me changing this camera angle slightly and hoping that no one realizes that I recorded 2 episodes the same day, and I realized that I'm still wearing the same t-shirt. So anyway, so today there's a special book. It's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. It's a peculiar book because the author and the book are somewhat controversial. So I started to read this book, years ago, and I never got over page 10. And just recently I found it again in the financial advice that it was again on the bestseller list basically. And I gave it a read and I thought it's quite interesting, but I have a few personal thoughts that I will add at the end. So bear with me and let's do the 2 minutes first. Go. Alright, so Rich Dad, Poor Dad is, in a nutshell, a motivational book that gives you an introduction to the world of your financial situation. So it's sort of a common sense of financial literacy and how money works. So the information is laid out within the hypothetical story of 2 boys that try to earn money. So they try to forge money, they sell stuff, they work for free on Saturday, and while doing so they learn lessons about life and about the meaning of money from Rich Dad. So Kiyosaki points out that you have to understand that you either work for money or that you can have the money work for you. This core message sums up the entire book. So everything else is built on this premise. So he would explain that you need to understand why to buy an asset and not a liability, why to diversify your income, that you need a financial IQ. So knowing about accounting, investing, understanding markets and also law, that you need to get better at selling and marketing, and that building passive income to support your liabilities and such is important. So the main takeaways are based on the term asset, that's the things that put the money in your pocket, and the things that are liabilities, those are things that take cash out of your pocket. So the assets would generate cash inflow, such as a stock dividend, rental income from properties, income from businesses, and the liabilities would take cash out of your pocket, so like personal residence, consumer loans, car loans, credit card payments, student loans, and stuff like that. So he stresses the importance that you should build an asset first to fund your liabilities instead of saving cash or relying on a salary from a traditional job. Now I give this book a 4 out of 5, bear with me, because if you're born in a lower middle class, working class family and learned a job after school and started working like I did, I think its reading can be, eye-opening and kind of motivating, because it shows, the basic principles of how your upbringing influences how you think about money, and you probably never thought about it explicitly in such a way that it is described. So I thought it was something that I had never heard this way before, so it was motivating when I first read it a few years ago, and it still was. It's a captivating and easy reading story. There's one thing that I really completely agree with the book, and it is that a lot of money does not make you rich. Alright, so at this point I would like to add a few personal thoughts. I have not done this in this format before, but I think it's appropriate because the book is, in the section of financial advice. And my recommendation is that you take the entire book with a grain of salt, so to speak. Don't follow the advice just blindly. And there's several reasons for it. So Kiyosaki is a bit, controversial. So he worked as a financial advisor his entire life, but he would advise stuff like, get rich really quick. It's a philosophy that is basically built around a scheme, and the entire academy that is built around it is like a semi-scam, and the company then filed for bankruptcy in 1212. You can research the stuff and maybe do it if you're interested in it. I just think the book has a lot of motivational value. It's easy to read, and if you never thought about, your relationship to money, your financial IQ, I think that it's really worth to start there, to see this book as a motivational kick-off in your butt, that you start, learning about accounting, how investing, retirement, and all those kind of things work, because it makes you more comfortable also to make decisions regarding your own money, regarding what your life looks like, and what is worth for you, or how you would want to live in the future. Well, anyway, this is my opinion, this is my personal opinion, this is the conclusion that I reached. It doesn't mean that you reach the same, so I advise that, take the time, maybe get the book in a library and read it critically yourself, make your own thoughts and conclusions, and I'm sure that you will learn something. It's highly motivating, the book itself, but don't follow everything blindly, especially with financial advice. I think there's more to it. So anyway, thanks a ton for watching, and yeah, see you next week, I guess. Bye.